God says, Archangel Michael's voice trembles with a mixture of holy authority and unbearable sadness as it reaches you now, this very moment. The heavens have tried to whisper to you before, they have sent you signs in the daylight and in the darkness, but you kept brushing them aside, telling yourself you would listen later, that there was still time. But Michael is no longer whispering, he is standing right before you in spirit, his presence filling the very space you occupy, the air heavy with urgency, his eyes blazing like molten gold that sees everything you've ever done, everything you've ever ignored, every warning you dismissed. And this time, his words are not wrapped in gentle patience. This time they are edged with the sharpness of a final warning, the kind that heaven rarely gives twice. He is angry, not the kind of anger that comes from malice, but the deep, wounded anger of someone who has loved and protected you relentlessly, only to watch you walk toward the very cliff they've been pulling you back from. His wings, radiant and wide, feel heavier than they've ever felt. Every feather carries the weight of battles fought on your behalf, battles you never saw, storms you never realized were forming, dangers you were shielded from without ever knowing the cost. Michael's voice resounds, "Do you even understand what I have turned away from you? Do you know what was coming for you last night while you slept? You have no idea how close you were to losing everything, your peace, your future, even your life's path, and still, you scroll past me as if I am some passing wind, some forgettable voice in the chaos of your thoughts. This is the last time I flash this in front of you. Do not test my patience. You have 20 seconds, and those seconds are not mine, they are yours. After this, the burden will not be mine to carry, but yours, and you will bear the full responsibility for what happens next." You can feel those words vibrating through you like thunder rolling across the sky. This isn't like before when you felt you could walk away and nothing would change. There is a shift now, a spiritual weight pressing down, a stillness in the air that warns you, the kind of stillness before lightning cracks open the heavens. You may not see the storm clouds above you, but heaven sees them clearly, forming in ways that human eyes can't detect. Michael is not here to frighten you for no reason. He is here because something has already been set in motion. Someone's actions, someone's choices, perhaps even your own hesitation, have started a chain reaction in the unseen realm. And now, there is a moment left, a final gate of intervention, but it is closing fast. His words are not symbolic. 20 seconds means 20 seconds. Heaven does not play with its timelines when urgency is declared. He shows you flashes, you don't want to see them, but you can't look away. A figure you know well, someone you have spoken to with trust, is not who you think they are. You see them standing in a room, their back turned to you, but they are speaking to another person in hushed tones, sliding something across a table, papers, documents, proof of something that should have been yours but has been withheld. Their lips form your name, but the tone is not of love, it is of calculation. Every syllable of your name feels like a deal being sealed against you. Michael's wings wrap around you for a moment, not in comfort, but in shielding you from the full force of what he is protecting you from. And in that instant, you feel it, the weight of betrayal, the sting of lies, the cold of knowing that someone who smiled at you recently was already planning what they are about to do now. He says your delay is part of the problem. That heaven has sent you signals in dreams, in odd coincidences, in conversations where your spirit told you to pay attention but you shrugged it off. There were moments you heard his name in the most unlikely places, moments when feathers appeared in your path, moments when your heart raced for no apparent reason, and each of those was him reaching for you. But here is the truth: angels can protect, guide, and intervene, but they cannot override your will. If you choose to ignore this moment, you are choosing the consequences that come with it. And Michael, as much as it tears him apart, will step back, because heaven respects the choices you make even when those choices lead to storms. You feel a chill now, not from fear, but from the realization that you are at a tipping point. Your life is not a series of disconnected events. Everything has been leading here. Every blessing you've received, every setback you've endured, every delay you've faced, has been part of a spiritual battlefield you couldn't see. Michael tells you that there is something you need to open, something you need to act on immediately, because once this gate closes, it will be locked. The person who has been moving against you will make their next move within hours, and if you do not act, their plan will be sealed. And it will not be a small inconvenience, it will be the kind of blow that shifts the direction of your future. The angel's tone changes, just slightly, softening only because his love for you refuses to be hidden even in anger. I did not come here to abandon you, child. I came here to tell you that my patience is not eternal because time is not eternal. The enemy moves quickly. Heaven moves faster. But you must choose to step with me, or I cannot pull you from the edge again. You realize now that this is not about scaring you. This is about truth. Raw, urgent, unfiltered truth. And truth has a way of burning away illusions. You might wish you didn't know what he is telling you, but deep inside you've already felt it. You felt that someone's words didn't match their actions. You've sensed that something has been hidden from you, and you've told yourself it was nothing. But heaven does not send Archangel Michael to warn you over nothing. You are being called, now, to move, to open, to act, to step into alignment before the last grain of sand falls from this hourglass. This is the last flash, the last urgent pull on your spirit before the unseen becomes seen in a way you may not like. Michael stands taller now, his eyes locked on yours, and you can feel the unshakable power behind them. This is it, he says. If you turn away, you are turning into the storm without your armor. If you open now, you are stepping into the protection I have fought to place around you. The air feels thicker, the seconds heavier. You feel as though the walls around you are holding their breath. This is not just a message. This is a moment that heaven has carved out specifically for you, in this exact second of your life. And ignoring it will not make it vanish, it will make it manifest. You can feel His presence starting to pull back, not because He wants to leave, but because the choice is now on you. His final words before the light around Him begins to fade are not loud, but they pierce straight through you. I will always love you. But love does not erase consequence. Open it now. Michael says the moment her feet touched the ground outside your door, the air shifted in the heavens. Angels paused mid-flight. The recording books of your life were opened by the scribes of God. For what she carried was not just for you, it was about you. It was something sealed long before your birth, something heaven had been waiting for the exact night to release. And last night, at the appointed hour, she was sent. She didn't walk like ordinary people walk. Her steps were deliberate, each one echoing in the realm of the Spirit like a drumbeat of prophecy. She didn't speak because her presence was the message. Her silence wasn't emptiness, it was weight, the weight of something too great for casual words. Her eyes, though unseen by you, were fixed not on your walls but on your soul. She saw deeper than any friend, deeper than any enemy, deeper even than you've dared to see into yourself. What she left is not lying on your doorstep in the physical sense, yet it is here, as real as the breath you take. It has been placed into the atmosphere of your home, into the unseen layers that wrap around you daily. Some would call it a deposit of destiny, others might call it a heavenly seal. Michael says it is a divine summons. It is God's way of marking you for the next phase of your journey, a phase so intense, so purposeful, that not everyone around you will survive the truth of it. Michael warns you, this object left behind is active. It's alive in the spiritual sense. It's already speaking to you in subtle ways, in the sudden restlessness you feel without cause, in the dreams you can't shake even though you don't fully understand them, in the moments where time feels slower or heavier than it should. This is the sign that heaven has intervened in your timeline. You might think, but why wouldn't she just knock? Why wouldn't she tell me what it is? Michael says it's because this is not a message you were meant to receive from human lips. It had to bypass the noise, the skepticism, the arguments of your mind. It needed to bypass your fear. She left it without knocking so that the first voice you would hear about it would be God's, not hers. And God is speaking now, my child, I have heard your prayers. I have seen your nights of questioning, your seasons of loss, your unspoken cries when no one was around. I have sent a sign to you, and though it comes in mystery, it will unfold in clarity. What was left at your door is the opening of a new chapter, a chapter where hidden enemies will be revealed, where closed doors will break open, where delayed blessings will run toward you with speed. Michael says there is urgency. This is not a season to ignore the small things, because the small things are the very threads heaven is weaving into your destiny. That package, unseen yet real, carries instructions your spirit will begin to understand in pieces. Today you may sense only its weight. Tomorrow you may feel its pull. In the days to come, you will start to recognize faces, places, and events tied directly to it. The woman who delivered it will not return. Her task is done. But Michael says she was not just a messenger, she was also a witness. She will testify in the courts of heaven that she delivered the sign to you exactly as ordered. And now all of heaven watches to see how you will respond. My beloved child, I am speaking to you now with a voice that has been pressing against the veil for hours, urging, pleading, commanding you to stop everything and receive this in your heart before the moment passes and what has been taken from you becomes harder to reclaim. There is no time for hesitation, no space for doubt, because what I am about to tell you is tied to a chain of actions that has already been set into motion without your knowledge. You have been walking through your days unaware that behind your back, under the cover of familiarity, two people bound to you by blood have been weaving a net of greed and secrecy, pulling together every thread of your inheritance, your provision, your rightful blessing into their own hands. And the truth is, they have already taken more than you know. Archangel Michael is not speaking in soft whispers today. He is not offering gentle suggestions. He is standing before you as a commander in a war you didn't choose but cannot escape, and his order is clear: open your eyes, open your spirit, open this message, and do not walk away until you understand exactly what is happening. Michael has been stationed over you for years, and he has fought battles in silence, unseen, just so you could continue breathing without the weight of betrayal crushing you. But now the betrayal has reached a point where silence will not protect you anymore. The very bloodline you once trusted to protect your name is now trying to erase you from the record. This is about the money, yes, but it is also about more than the money. It is about your voice, your identity, your rightful place in the unfolding plan God has over your life. These two people have convinced themselves that they can take from you without consequence, that they can redirect streams of blessing meant for your life into their own storehouses and leave you standing in drought. Michael is showing me scenes like flashes of lightning, and they are sharp enough to make my heart pound. I see a room with dim light and papers spread across a table. There are signatures, but not all of them are genuine. I see one of them speaking in a low voice on the phone, arranging for something to be processed quietly so it does not raise suspicion. The other is keeping up a front, smiling at you, asking about your life as though nothing is wrong, while secretly celebrating every step closer they take to finalizing their plan. They think you will never know until it's too late. They think your trust in them will be their greatest weapon. But heaven has decided this is the moment of exposure. God has sent Michael to break the lock before the vault closes entirely. You are being told this now because if you act in the time window heaven has opened, you will not only stop what they are doing, you will reclaim more than they ever planned to take. I know this feels sudden, maybe even unbelievable, because the human heart does not want to think that those tied to you by blood could also be the hands that try to cut your blessing away. But heaven is not mistaken. The evidence is already in the spirit before it manifests in the natural. Michael's voice is deep, unwavering, as he speaks, "My child, this is not a joke. This is an order. You are not hearing this by chance. I am standing between you and the destruction they planned. I have fought for you in places you could not enter. I have seen the documents, the exchanges, the smiles that mask poison. But I cannot fight alone if you choose to remain unaware. Open this fully. Do not turn away. This is about the money, yes, but also about the heritage of your destiny. And I must tell you, the money in question is not small. It is not a few coins or a forgotten sum. It is an amount that could shift your life completely, give you freedom from years of strain, and set you into a season where you can finally build without the constant fight for survival. They know this. That is why they have moved so secretly. That is why they have acted like nothing has changed. One of them has already arranged a meeting to finalize the transfer. The other has been in charge of keeping you distracted, making sure you are occupied with minor concerns so you won't notice the larger theft taking place in the shadows. Michael is commanding you not to sit in shock but to rise in prayer and clarity. He is urging you to begin speaking aloud that every hidden thing be exposed, every concealed act brought into the light, every stolen resource returned sevenfold. This is not a time to feel powerless. Heaven is on your side, but heaven requires your agreement. The spiritual law is clear. Your voice must join the call for justice. The angels are ready to move, but they will not override your free will. There is an urgency here because I see the clock in the spirit realm, and the hands are moving faster than normal. This is a compressed time, a divine moment where the next few days can undo months of deceit if you act. If you hesitate, they will finalize everything, and then even though justice will still belong to you, the road to reclaiming what was stolen will be far longer and filled with unnecessary hardship. My beloved, God does not reveal these things to scare you but to arm you. You were never meant to walk blind into traps. This is why His Word says He will reveal deep and hidden things, that nothing is hidden from His sight. Michael is revealing this now because the longer it stays hidden from you, the more they gain and the more you lose. Heaven has decided that you will not lose without a fight, that the story will not be written without your knowledge. You are being invited into the reality that has been unfolding around you without your consent. Michael has been watching the spiritual accounts, and he tells me that what they are trying to take is linked to blessings assigned to you by covenant. It is not just money, it is a representation of years of prayers, promises, and seed sown by those who came before you. That is why the enemy is using people from your family. Outsiders would be too obvious. They would not have the access needed to pull this off. But family has the access. Family can walk into places strangers cannot. And when the enemy cannot stop the blessing from coming, he tries to reroute it through familiar hands. Child of God, you are hearing this because the reroute is about to be blocked. Michael says he has already begun the process, but he needs your full attention. There will be signs in the coming hours that confirm what you are reading now. You may overhear a conversation you weren't meant to hear, or receive a call from someone who accidentally reveals more than they should. You may feel a sudden pull to check a certain document or account, and when you do, you will see gaps or changes that you cannot explain. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations from heaven that the exposure has begun. Do not allow fear to take root in you. This is not a message of defeat but of victory waiting to be claimed. God is not telling you this because you are about to lose, but because you are about to win, if you follow the instructions and stay alert. Michael says your role now is to speak, to watch, and to act when the moment presents itself. The enemy's power is rooted in secrecy, but once secrecy is broken, his power collapses. Even now I can feel the shift in the spirit realm as this truth lands in your heart. There is a shaking, a disturbance in the dark places where their plans have been kept. They will begin to sense that their actions are no longer hidden, and you may notice a change in how they speak to you, small signs of nervousness or irritation where before they seemed calm. This is because your awareness changes the balance. You are no longer a passive target, you are now an active witness. And I must warn you, they may try to turn the story against you. When exposure begins, those who are guilty often try to paint themselves as the victim. They may accuse you of being paranoid or ungrateful. They may tell others lies about you to create a smokescreen. Do not be drawn into petty arguments. Stay aligned with truth. Michael says your victory will not come from shouting over them but from standing in the authority heaven has given you. If you believe in God, type Amen. Archangel Michael says this is not a moment to ignore, not a word to brush aside, not a call to treat casually. He is standing with fire in his eyes, not because he wishes to harm you, but because his love for you is too deep to watch you walk blindly into danger again. Heaven does not speak idly. When I send my messenger, I do not send him without reason. This is the last time you will see this flash before your eyes, and if you turn away now, the consequences will unfold in ways that will weigh heavily on your heart. But I do not come to scare you, my child, I come to protect you. I come to cover you. I come to pull you out of the very pit the enemy prepared for you. I come to remind you that my patience is great, but there are moments in life when the window of opportunity is small, and you must act before it closes. Archangel Michael says you have underestimated how much heaven has been fighting for you. While you have been sleeping, angels have been standing guard over your home. While you have been crying, the courts of heaven have been ruling in your favor. While you have been doubting, I have been aligning people, resources, and timing for the miracle that is about to break open in your life. But right now, there is a thin line between stepping into the promise and watching it slip away because of hesitation. I am telling you clearly, you cannot delay this time. You cannot say, I will think about it later. Later is too late. You must respond now, in your heart and in your spirit, because the shift is already happening. You are safe with me. You are safe under the shadow of my wings. You are safe when you stand in obedience. But safety does not mean you can be careless with divine instructions. Safety means you walk in the covering that I have placed over you. Michael is not angry because he dislikes you. He is angry because he has watched you hesitate when you should have moved, doubt when you should have believed, pull back when you should have stepped forward. He has defended you against things you didn't even know were hunting you. He has stood between you and traps that were set months in advance. And now, the time has come for you to do your part. The enemy has been relentless, whispering lies into your ear, telling you you're not worthy, telling you that this is all in your imagination, telling you that nothing is really changing. But you have felt the truth in your spirit. You have felt the nudges. You have felt the moments where your heart beats faster because something in the unseen is trying to get your attention. This is that moment. That urgency is not anxiety, it is heaven alerting you that the countdown has begun. You have 20 seconds to decide, and though in the natural it may feel like time is endless, in the spirit, this moment is closing rapidly. When the door shuts, no man can open it, and when I open a door, no man can shut it. I have not abandoned you, my child. Even in the moments where it felt like heaven was silent, I was watching. I was working. I was weaving together threads you could not see into a tapestry you will one day stand in awe of. The delays were not punishment, they were preparation. But preparation has its appointed time, and then comes activation. That is where you stand now, on the threshold between preparation and fulfillment. One step will move you into it. One step will set in motion a chain of events that will bring you face to face with the miracles you have prayed for. But that one step must be taken in trust. Michael's voice is firm because he knows the weight of what is at stake. If you turn away from this word, it is not that I will stop loving you. It is not that my mercy will vanish. But there are moments in the story of your life that cannot be rewritten once missed. This is one of those moments. I have positioned the right people in the right places. I have aligned the right circumstances. I have even moved the hearts of those who were once against you. But this divine arrangement will not linger forever, it has been scheduled by heaven for such a time as this. I know you are tired. I know the battles you have faced have drained you. I know there are days where it feels like hope is a foreign language. But I am telling you now, this is worth getting up for. This is worth fighting for. This is worth believing for, even if your mind tries to convince you it's too late. My timing is not your timing. I can do in one day what you could not achieve in 10 years. I can shift a situation overnight. I can change the hearts of those who have held you back. I can turn a closed door into an open gate. But I cannot force you to step through it, you must choose. Do not think for a second that your prayers have gone unheard. Every word, every tear, every whisper has reached me. I have collected your cries in my bottle. I have recorded your words. I have been near to you even when you felt distant from me. And now, in this moment, I have sent Michael to stand in front of you and declare, enough delay, enough fear, enough doubting. It is time to move. It is time to trust. It is time to release what is in your hands so that I can place in them what you have been asking for. Yes, the road has been hard. Yes, people have betrayed you. Yes, some doors were slammed in your face. But not every closed door was rejection, some were redirection. I have spared you from rooms that would have drained you, from partnerships that would have broken you, from opportunities that would have crushed you under the weight of premature success. I am not interested in giving you blessings that turn into burdens. I am preparing you for blessings that will expand you, not destroy you. The enemy has tried to distract you with chaos, with noise, with meaningless battles to keep your focus off of what I am doing. That is why I have to get your attention right now. This is not random. You are reading this because I have interrupted your normal flow. I have inserted my voice into your day. I have placed you here because the decision you make in this moment will echo into your future. Do not underestimate the power of obedience in this hour. One act of faith can cancel years of delay. One yes can unlock doors generations have been waiting to see open. One prayer can shift an entire bloodline. You think you are making a choice just for yourself, but heaven sees the ripple effect. Your children, your children's children, and even those you do not know will be touched by what you decide right now. That is why Michael is so insistent. He is not only fighting for your present, he is fighting for your destiny. I need you to silence the noise around you for a moment. Still your mind. Take a deep breath and listen, not with your ears, but with your spirit. You will feel the truth of these words resonate deep within you, because it is not man speaking to you, it is your Creator. I have never lied to you. I have never broken a promise to you. Even when you have misunderstood my ways, my love for you has been unshaken. My plans for you are still to prosper you, to give you hope and a future. But plans require participation. I can give you the blueprint, but you must build. I can give you the seed, but you must plant. I can send the rain, but you must open your hands to receive it. This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Heaven is watching. The angels are recording. The spiritual atmosphere is charged with your breakthrough. Do not let fear rob you. Do not let doubt steal this from you. You are closer than you think. You are one act of faith away from seeing the walls fall, the chains break, the Red Sea part. And when it happens, you will look back and know, it was this moment, this decision, that shifted everything. Michael's patience is not anger without love, it is love that refuses to watch you settle for less than what was written for you. He is flashing this before you for the final time because heaven knows your tendency to overthink, to second-guess, to postpone. But postponing now is choosing to miss what is being delivered. And when I deliver, it is perfect. It is abundant. It is exceeding and above all you could ask or imagine. So hear me, my beloved, do not turn away. Do not scroll past. Do not think this is just another message. It is not. It is a direct assignment from the throne of heaven to your heart. I am calling you into a new chapter. I am pulling you out of the shadows. I am placing you in the light where my favor will be undeniable. Those who doubted you will be silenced. Those who mocked you will witness my glory in your life. And you will testify of my goodness. But first, you must step through the door that is open right now. You must trust that I am with you, that nothing will go wrong, that you are safe in my hands. Pray to me now. Surrender now. Let go of the fear. Let go of the excuses. Let go of the thought that you are not ready. You are ready because I have said you are. And when I declare a thing, it is so. The final seconds are passing. Decide now. Move now. Trust now. I am here. I am with you. And I will not let you fall. Archangel Michael says this is the last time you will see this message on your screen. He is not speaking in riddles. He is not exaggerating. Heaven has been patient with you, but now the urgency cannot be ignored. There are moments when God speaks gently and gives you time to think, and there are moments when He sends His mightiest warrior angel to stand in front of you with fire in his eyes, declaring that delay is no longer an option. This is one of those moments. Michael is not angry because he dislikes you. He is not angry because you failed. He is angry because he has been fighting battles for you that you do not even know exist, battles that nearly cost other souls their peace, and still, you have hesitated. You have looked at the signs and wondered if they were real. You have felt the push in your spirit and thought you could wait. But time is moving faster than you think. In exactly 20 seconds, the window will shift. This is why heaven is speaking now. Michael's sword is drawn. His wings are not in rest mode, they are extended, covering you from forces you cannot see. If you could see the darkness that tries to approach you when you are tired, when you are alone, when you are discouraged, you would run into God's arms without hesitation. But God is merciful and does not let you see it all. Still, He sends His angels to fight on your behalf, and Michael has been your fiercest defender. Yet there is a divine law in heaven. A message can only be given so many times before it passes to the next person willing to obey. This is why Michael says, "This is the last time." You must receive it. You must act. You must open your heart now, because if you let this moment slip, you will bear the full weight of what follows, not because God will abandon you, but because you turned away from the rescue He was offering. God says you are not in danger because you are evil, but because you are chosen. And being chosen means you have an assignment that the enemy wants to destroy before it's fulfilled. The attack against you is not random. The jealousy aimed at you is not without reason. The strange delays, the unexplained losses, the repeated cycles, these are not coincidences. These are attempts to stop you from reaching the place heaven has already marked for you. You were born for a destiny so great that your very existence irritates darkness. That is why you have been through storms that others could not survive. That is why people you loved suddenly turned on you. That is why doors slammed without warning. You are not cursed, you are set apart. But to walk in the fullness of that calling, you must recognize the urgency. Michael says the patience of heaven is not endless. God is infinitely loving, but He is also just. You cannot keep hearing His voice and pretending you don't. You cannot keep feeling the nudge in your soul and convincing yourself it's just emotion. God has been speaking through dreams, through repeated numbers, through situations that keep pointing to the same truth, and still you hesitated. But now, the message is being delivered with finality. You must act within this moment. You must trust, even if you do not see the next step. You must open yourself to what heaven is offering, because when this chance passes, the path will become harder. Do not mistake this warning for doom. This is not God threatening you, this is God protecting you. Michael's anger is not against you. It is against the forces trying to pull you away from your promise. His frustration comes from knowing how close you are to breakthrough, yet how easily hesitation can block it. He has stood in the courts of heaven, defending your case. He has fought in the spiritual realm when accusations were made against you. He has spoken your name before the throne, reminding God of the prayers you prayed when you thought no one was listening. And God, in His mercy, has sent Michael to speak to you now. This message is tailored for you. Not for the masses. Not for someone else scrolling by. For you. You might think, surely this could apply to anyone, but deep down, you feel the sting of recognition. You know this is your moment because something inside you is waking up. Your heartbeat has changed as you read. Your thoughts are more alert. Your spirit is leaning in. That is not by chance. That is the Holy Spirit stirring your awareness, saying, "Listen, this is about you." Do not silence that voice. Do not push away that pull. God says, rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you when you choose to trust. Safety is not found in avoiding His call, it is found in obeying it. You are safe in His arms. You are protected in His will. Even if the road ahead seems uncertain, the one leading you has already seen the end and knows it is good. He is not leading you into danger, He is leading you into destiny. The shaking you feel is not destruction, it is the walls of limitation coming down. The fear you sense is not truth, it is the last attempt of the enemy to keep you in the familiar. But you were not created for a small, predictable life. You were created for abundance, for impact, for spiritual authority. Michael says there are forces that have been circling you, waiting for your faith to falter. They have studied your habits, your triggers, your moments of weakness. They know when you are most likely to doubt. But every time they moved closer, they were met by the fire of Michael's sword. Every time a plan was made against you, an angelic counterattack was launched. That is why you survived things that should have destroyed you. That is why you made it through nights where hopelessness felt louder than truth. Heaven has been covering you. But Michael warns, that covering works in partnership with your obedience. When you reject the message, you weaken the shield. This is why the time is short. 20 seconds in the language of heaven is not about earthly seconds, it is about the window of spiritual opportunity. That window is open now, but it will not remain forever. God will never stop loving you, but if you let this moment pass, you will step into a season of unnecessary hardship. It will not be because He abandoned you, but because you walked past the open door He placed in front of you. Michael is shouting now, not in cruelty, but in urgency. He would rather you be startled by the force of His voice than lost in the comfort of delay. God says, I am with you. I will not let you be destroyed. I will not let you fall into the trap they have set for you. But you must take my hand now. There is no safer place than in His will. There is no better shield than His presence. Whatever you fear losing, if it is from Him, it will remain. Whatever is not from Him will fall away, and you will be better for it. Trust that His plan is good. Trust that His timing is perfect. Trust that the anger of Michael is not against your soul, but against the chains that have tried to hold it. You are chosen for something that will outlive you. Your obedience in this moment will ripple into generations. The blessings attached to your yes are not only for you, they are for those who will come after you. There are people connected to your destiny who will find their own freedom because you chose to act now. Your breakthrough is not selfish, it is seed for others. And that is why heaven is so invested in this moment. The enemy is not just after your peace, he is after the many lives your obedience will impact. That is why the fight has been so intense. That is why this message is flashing in front of you now, as the final warning before the shift. Michael says you have more strength than you think. You have more courage than you feel. And you are more protected than you realize. You do not need to fear the unknown, because the God who created the universe is guiding you. You are not about to step into chaos, you are about to step into alignment. And when you do, you will see doors open that no one can shut. You will see enemies retreat without explanation. You will see provision appear from places you never looked. That is the kind of God you serve. So now, the choice is in front of you. Heaven has done its part. Michael has delivered the message. God has made the way. All that remains is your yes. Do not make the mistake of thinking you can wait until tomorrow. There is a reason this moment feels different. There is a reason your spirit feels this urgency. This is not pressure from man, it is the pull of heaven. And it is the last time this specific door will be presented in this way. God says you are safe. You are loved. You are covered. But you must trust Him enough to step forward. Pray now. Speak to Him. Lay down the fear, the doubt, the pride. Let Him take it. Let Him move. Let Him show you that His promises are not empty words, they are living, breathing realities that are about to unfold in your life. Do not let hesitation write the next chapter of your story. Let faith do it. And you will see that what is waiting for you is far greater than what you are leaving behind. Archangel Michael is speaking now, and he is not whispering. His voice is like thunder rolling over the mountains, his presence shaking the very air around you. He says this is the last time you will see this warning in front of your eyes. He says heaven has been patient with you far beyond what most people would ever receive, but patience has an end when destiny is at stake. This is not a game, this is not an empty message, and this is not something you can simply put aside and deal with later. The next 20 seconds of your life are charged with eternal weight. What you decide in your heart right now will open doors to blessings or allow the enemy to keep stealing from you. You are being watched, not with condemnation, but with a deep longing from heaven that you will choose correctly in this moment. You have no idea how close you are to a breaking point, not a breaking down.